We heard you, grassroots, we know. We heard Harmeet, we heard Mike Lendell, but with us united and all of us going together, the Democrats are going to hear us in 2024 when we take back the White House and the Senate. Thank you. Thank you all again. We are going to add more booths for the co-chair race. And
Okay.
see, we can change. We can change. So I will switch to where I'm supposed to be in my script. Sorry about that. And also thanks Patrick and Abby and Nash. Love you guys. Okay. We will now proceed with the RNC co-chairman election. The chair will remind the body that rule number 5A1 states a chairman and co-chairman of the opposite sex shall be elected by the members of the Republican National Committee. 3 candidates for co-chairman have demonstrated the required support for nomination. The order of nominations was decided by a random drawing. We will now begin. The chair recognizes Vera Ortegon, Nash Committeewoman from Colorado, for the purpose of nominating a candidate for RNC co-chairman.
Madam Chair, Vera Ortegon from the National Committeewoman from Colorado. I stand before you to nominate Kyle Hofer as the next co-chair of the RNC. He has the necessary skills and business acumen to become a great co-chair. He's caring, a good listener, and a problem solver. I know that because last year at the summer meeting, we were trying to pass a Taiwan resolution. It was failing because the committee did not like the language. During the meeting, Kyle helped the sponsor of this resolution to improve the wording, and the resolution passed at the committee level and the general election. That is leadership at work. That is what he does best. I ask for your vote and support. I know that Kyle will be helped to unify the 168. He's a very accessible person and easy to reach. He also has a great Rolodex, not as good as Tommy's, but a great Rolodex, and is very successful at fundraising. Please join me and vote for Kyle Hofer for co-chair. Thank you very much.
The chair now recognizes Gordon Ackley, Ann Hathaway, and John Hammond for the purpose of seconding speeches.
Good morning, good afternoon. I second Kyle. Excuse me. He's a man of action, and he's a large part of the reason I stand before you today, representing the Virgin Islands at this great committee. He came down to the Virgin Islands personally to oversee our election and to ensure that they were fair and free and that our territory could once again join this great body. And that now that we're rightfully seated as members of the organization, it's great to be back. I'd like to thank Kyle for making it happen, and I'd like to wrap it up and say that he has been there for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every time I call him, he responds, he'll text back, he'll say, I'll be with you, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it'll be an hour, but he's always responding, and I thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
I'm pleased to second the nomination of Kyle Hofer for co-chair. Kyle is a consummate team player. Going back to his days on the basketball court, he knows his role and executes it with passion and purpose. It's not always his job to be the playmaker, but to make the assist that leads to the score. In addition to being a team player, Kyle is also an independent voice when it's required. I have watched him in situations, tough situations, tell governors and senators the hard truth, the things that they don't want to hear. I strongly recommend Kyle Hofer for co-chair.
Fellow members of the committee, I'm proud and honored
to second the nomination of Kyle Hupper for co-chair. Many of you know Kyle, and if you do know him, you know that he knows what loyalty means. It means you're not a yes man. You lead by example. You improve everyone around you, and that's what Kyle does. In any organization he's ever led, everyone improves around him. He's focused. He's goal-oriented. He's strategic. I've witnessed all these traits in my work with Kyle every day as he builds and leads enterprises in both the private and political sectors. He's been an outstanding state chairman for us. Outstanding. Kyle knows what it takes to have a strong voice and a solid, trusted team for us to have success. Kyle will serve us all, and I mean all of us, in our respective state parties.
Hey, check, check, check. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey, check, check. Hey, check, 1.